Beach irresistible Dio sprays for him and her.
Turn on style. Turn on the beat life.
Chevrolet, find new roads.
मिकी वायरस के बारे में आप कुछ भी कहिए मगर है बड़ा
मिकी वायरस देख के जरा चल जाने कब ले लेगा एंटीवायरस मिकी वायरस
बड़े कुत्ते आइडिया इस मिकी वायरस के पास।
भाई ये फिल्म आ कब रही है?
3 जोड़ी कपड़े और 36 किताबें, सपने देखने की फुर्सत और उनके पीछे भागने का जुनून। ये है वो जिनके रगे कल देश के रगे बनेंगे, जिनके पैरों में आज चप्पल है वो कल देश के पहिए बनेंगे। Because excellence drives the Skoda Rapid.
Skoda, simply clever.
Flavorful rice, spicy gravy and crunchy popcorn chicken. KFC का नया rice bowls. Veg starts at ₹69.
So good.
Morphy Richards, smart ideas for your home.
रंग रेज़ा क्या हुआ?
Presenting Wildstone Red. It happens.
Chennai has a chronic water problem as the city depends extensively on groundwater. The coastal city receives about 980 million liters of water per day from ground and surface water sources against the demand of 1,200 million liters per day. The demand is expected to increase to about 2,700 million liters per day by 2031. Underground aquifers are being depleted at an alarming rate due to an increase in groundwater usage. The state government decided to elevate the freshwater problems by the desalination of seawater. The result? The Minjur plant, the largest desalination plant in India.
Sun, sand and ocean. Life in the coastal city of Chennai borders on idyllic, with residents enjoying the sight of waves lapping the shores of Marina Beach. And like any coastal city, Chennai waddles its way through monsoon. But the irony lies in the fact that the city's residents are knee-deep in water woes. Against the demand of 1,009 million litres, the city manages to supply only 766 million litres per day.
There are certain cities which doesn't have any great reservoirs. Chennai is one of them. Quite a bit of the water requirement for Chennai comes from almost 200 kilometers away from here. It comes from Vedaranyam and so on. So how long can they depend on a reservoir? If there is no rain, there is no water. And then you have the water transmission over 200 kilometers. It has intermittent pumping stations, there could be leakages, there are a host of issues can happen. And under such a circumstance, I think, depending on a perennial resource like seawater, nothing like that.
Making that possible is Minjur Desalination, Asia's largest desalination plant. Located in the north of Chennai, the plant draws salt water from the sea and converts it to fresh water that is fit for drinking purposes.
The area behind me is the seawater abstraction area from where seawater is drawn. The quantum of seawater drawn is 240 mld to treat and get a product water of 100 mld. Water is drawn through subsea pipelines made of HDPE. The diameter of the pipeline is 1.6 meters and the pipelines go to a length of 600 meters inside the sea, buried onto the sea on the bed.
The process of cleaning the seawater begins from the time it is dropped on the shore for the first time.
Seawater travels through the pipelines and reaches the first chamber on the shore. This is called the seawater intake chamber. This is where the water from the sea drops in for the first time on the shore, and it enters the first stage of screening called as screen removal, which is done with the help of mechanical bar screens. The minute organisms which enter the sea water through the pipeline are removed at this stage, and the water is then let out to the next stage, which is the pre-treatment stage of the plant. We need to add certain chemicals to it to ensure that whatever suspended solid is there, it enlarges in mass and settles under its own weight. This is achieved by adding certain chemicals which are added at the beginning, right at the seawater intake chamber itself.
Seawater, with its mix of suspended and dissolved solids, goes through various filtration processes in the pre-treatment stage.
The process of removing of suspended solids is essentially achieved by having 2 and 3 stages of filters depending on the type of seawater we encounter. For this particular plant and this particular product water needs, we have 3 stages of filtration. First is called the gravity filters, sand filters, where the water is filtered under gravity. The second stage of filtration is called the pressure filters, wherein the water is pumped on the filter media, which is sand in this case, under a pressure vessel. And the last stage is called as the cartridge filter, where the minute and the most smallest particles of suspended solids are removed. After the water passes through all 3 stages, we get a completely suspended free water which has nothing but salts.
The last step between filtered brine water and clean drinking water is reverse osmosis.
Now the process of RO, as the name suggests, is reverse osmosis, wherein water from one pressure level goes to a different pressure level under the action of pressure. An RO membrane, a typical RO membrane which we use here, is made of polyamide. It is a spirally wound membrane which is having several layers wound over each other, and one such membrane is connected to the other membrane using connectors and end rings and placed inside the vessel. This is the typical section of any RO vessel, and 8,400 of such membranes contribute to the production of 100 million liters of water. Permeate water is extremely pure, but at the same time tasteless. It is not fit for human consumption. To make it fit for human consumption, it needs to go through the last stage of treatment, which is also referred to as a remineralization process, in which certain chemicals are added, namely carbon dioxide and caustic soda, to make it potable. This is where the name mineral water is derived mostly from.
The 100 million liters a day has surely made a difference to the lives of residents like these who value every single drop.
Sure, that this is extremely, this will play an extremely significant role towards that goal. Because India, being such a large coastline country, it's got such a huge, it runs in thousands and thousands of kilometers, and it's got a beautiful shape wherein from the coast, say approximately 100 kilometers, the water can travel. So therefore, quite a bit of the requirements of the water between south and right up to center can be met through this. Therefore, we are easing the load on groundwater reservoir, the groundwater source. So this is heading in that direction. The more desal plants we have, the more we approach zero.
The water crisis is not just about the disturbance in the demand and supply curve, but also about mismanagement of water resources. But these companies have shown us how we can manage our water resources better, from cleaning contaminated water to treating saline water to even bringing down the usage of industrial water. We have met companies on a quest to meet various water challenges. If you too have an innovation that can change the course of action as far as Indian problems are concerned, do write into us at powerofshunya13@timesgroup.com. Until next week, it's me, Anupam Kher, saying goodbye.
Next week on The Power of Shunya, we bring you face to face with innovators and companies trying to solve one of India's most pressing problems: nutrition. Meet a company which is trying to counter the problem of low iron levels through a simple packet of biscuits. And another one on a quest for zero hungry mouths. And a rice miller that is manufacturing fortified rice to address the problem of malnutrition.
तीन जोड़ी कपड़े और 36 किताबें, सपने देखने की फुर्सत और उनके पीछे भागने का जुनून। ये है वो जिनकी रगें कल देश के रगे बनेंगे, जिनके पैरों में आज चप्पल है वो कल देश के पहिए बनेंगे। Because excellence drives the Skoda Rapid.
Skoda, simply clever.
एक बहुत लंबी लड़ी है, बहुत पुरानी, जिसकी आप एक कड़ी है। वो आपके पहले थे, वो आपके बाद भी रहेंगे, क्योंकि माँ बाप कहीं जाते नहीं, वो यहीं रहते हैं सदियों के लिए।
With HP Ink Advantage, we can print conveniently at home, whenever we like.
Help your child shine with affordable and convenient home printing from HP. SMS print to 56070.
बाइक पसंद है तो लेने का। एक्स्ट्रा पैसों के लिए घर का एक्स्ट्रा सामान OLX.in पर फ्री ऐड डालकर बेचो और घर बैठे कमाओ।
Carvalicious, glamouricious, candylicious. Wow. Carvalicious, glamouricious, candylicious. Wow. Superlicious, cancelicious. Wow.
गुड इवनिंग सर, आपको क्रेडिट कार्ड चाहिए क्या? हमारी बैंक आपको फ्री में दे रही है।
नहीं चाहिए।
पर क्यों सर? इसमें कोई ज्वाइनिंग फी नहीं है, कोई एनुअल फी नहीं है और
अब पुराना नहीं चाहिए। क्या करूँगा क्रेडिट कार्ड लेके?
आधे घंटे से जो आप सेफ खोलने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं वो आप क्रेडिट कार्ड से खोल सकते हैं।
Unlocks with your credit card. Godrej eSwipe. अब मुसीबत से डरना कैसा?
Have more thrill. Have more power. Have more fun. Have more flavor.
मुझे मीठा चाहिए।
क्या खाओ? 2 चोको ब्लॉक प्लीज।
Unleash the hero within with Have More Krish 3 range of ice cream. For a superhero who wants more, have more. Have fun with Krish 3.
भैया कैसे दिए? 100 रुपए। 100 रुपए बोल रहा है। बेटा थोड़ा आगे चल।
ये देश थोड़ा अलग है।
हाँ, थोड़ा आगे।
यहाँ सब कुछ थोड़ा।
और कितने बांटने हैं?
अरे बस थोड़े ही हैं।
थोड़ा सबमिशन, थोड़ा परमिशन, थोड़ा सिग्नेचर, थोड़ा पैशन सिग्नल पे, थोड़ा इम्प्रेशन लड़कियों पे, थोड़ा मम्मी पापा के संस्कार।
थोड़ा आगे।
जिस देश में थोड़ा नहीं होता, उस देश के लिए हीरो माइलेज थोड़ा एक्स्ट्रा किलोमीटर्स पर लीटर।
अरे लाल चड्डी, क्या हो गया भाई?
दर्जी को 5 मीटर कपड़ा दिया, लेकिन कॉस्ट्यूम में मोबाइल रखने के लिए एक पॉकेट नहीं है। चोर पॉकेट भी नहीं है। अब धरती बचाओ या मोबाइल पकड़ो।
बड़ी प्रॉब्लम है तो या मोबाइल है, फटाफट बेचना। Quikr.com पे।
Quikr.com पे फ्री एड पोस्ट कीजिए, फोटोज डालिए, डिस्क्रिप्शन लिखिए और बेचिए मोबाइल।
मैं लूंगा।
Sell by find anything. Quikr.
Deep in the jungle of Mount Sabino, we search for endangered animals which we may never see again. From a single strand of hair to the faintest wrinkle, UHD brings every detail to life before your very eyes. Discover true detail. Samsung UHD TV.
In Udaipur, Narendra Modi raises Rahul Gandhi's ISI comment for the second straight day. Modi targets Prime Minister over Colgate, asks why has the CBI gone silent over charges against the Prime Minister in the coal scam?
They don't have any answers. They are going back on their original track of communal versus secularism.
Political fight over Rahul Gandhi's controversial intel disclosure escalates. Not just Modi, now the Samajwadi Party demands names or a public apology from the Congress Vice President. Amid escalating tensions at the line of control, Prime Minister Manmohan Singh sends out a terse message to Nawaz Sharif, says he didn't become the Prime Minister to redraw the boundary.
A young woman chased and harassed on board Bangalore Metro. CCTV footage exposes inaction of the security guards. Former Congress MP refutes Parak's claim that he blackmailed and threatened PC Parak over coal block allocation.